Hey, I'm Amy Chang. I'm a nationally board certified health and wellness coach, and this is Healthy AF. In this podcast, I'll be bringing you all things health, from the newest health strategies to how to tackle those personal roadblocks that just will not let you move forward. So buckle in. We're going to be inspired and instructed, and dadgum, we're going to have a little fun on Healthy AF. Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Healthy AF. It is still Movement May, and I am going to share with you today one of my favorite topics, and it is the habit of exercise and how to keep it when you've had an injury or an illness. Now, we all know that about the time you get that real good exercise routine going and you're hitting the gym on a consistent basis, everything seems to be turning out roses, you have an injury. What to do? I can't tell you how many times my own CrossFit athletes have come to me and said, well, I've got this shoulder or I've got this knee or I've got, whatever it is. And I just need it to heal up. And my response is always the same. Great. You got a knee problem? Fantastic. You're doing your physical therapy for that, right? You're resting it appropriately, right? Great. Come on into the gym on your schedule. You're going to have the strongest abs and upper body in 6 weeks you've ever had. Right? So why would I tell somebody to come into the gym if they were injured? In fact, I've done this myself several times. For many years, I struggled with a back issue with some herniated disc, bulging disc, and that was unpleasant. And I did a lot of physical therapy, also unpleasant. You know how boring physical therapy is? So boring, but it's a necessity. And I'd go into the gym, I'd lay on the rack kind of perpendicular to where my workout partner was squatting. And I'd do my clamshells for my hip stability while she was doing her back squats that I couldn't do. And I mean, this went on for weeks. But you know what that did for me, aside from really strong hips from doing clamshells? It kept me inside my habit of going to the gym and exercising. People really underestimate how important it is to continue all the parts of that habit that you can, even when the main objective of that habit is not something you can accomplish right then. One of my clients couldn't do much of anything, and I said, well, just go to the gym and say hey to your people. Hang out a little while, stretch, keep that space in your calendar. I know for me, if I ever take gym space out of my calendar, I get so much done at home. I don't want to put gym space back into my calendar. So if you're injured and you've got that one isolated part that can't do anything, my recommendation is keep your habit. Same time, same place, same people, just change that activity. So that's with injury. And I'm also going to say this. I have been telling people that same thing about keeping your gym routine during injury for probably 15 years. And then I tore my Achilles. Tore my left Achilles in September of 22. And for the first month, I would go outside on my deck and do a lot of one-legged squats. I did one-legged planks and push-ups. I did so many good ab stuff. My shoulders were stout. I was working those shoulder presses, bench presses, everything I could do on the deck, and it felt great until it did not. And there came a time while I was hobbling around a little bit better than just I can sit on the couch all day. At this point, I can hobble into the kitchen and hobble to the bathroom and hobble to my bedroom to get dressed. my body was so spent, tired. I really did not recognize how much energy it took to shower one-legged, not getting your boot wet, to get dressed one-legged, not getting your boot tangled up in your panties, right? How much energy it took to go from your room to the kitchen and get water, only to realize that you needed to pee before you had to go back to the couch. There may be times where your body just needs to heal. And if that's the case, take the time. But maybe call one of your gym friends during that time. Keep that thread, keep that tether to what that exercise program is so that you can reintegrate it if you have to let it totally out. Second thing I wanted to talk about today is illness. Illness takes us out of our exercise routine fairly easily. I know that as a mom of 3 very close in age kids, if one person gets a GI bug, we're down for, possibly 10 days, depending on how many of us get it and how close it is together and how many sets of sheets I need to wash, right? So what do you do if your family members are suffering an illness? Maybe it's your parent and you're having to go back and forth to the hospital. Actually, last time I was in Hickory, just finished up my workout at CrossFit Hickory, and a couple of guys walked by and I said, "Hey, how you doing?" And they shared that they were up from Atlanta taking care of one of the moms. So those things happen and they wreck your jam. So how do you keep your habit? Go ahead and do your indoor workouts that day. Take a walk around your house, do some walking lunges, do some at-home work. If you have something heavy, pick it up, squat with it, walk with it, maybe throw it across the floor. Don't do that with a child, but you can do that with, one of my favorites is a bag of grass seed. It's like the perfect shape to just bear hug that sucker and stand up. Stand up, squat down, stand up. Can you flip it over? Can you jump over it? Can you pick it up from the ground? Can you put it on a retaining wall and pick it back up again? There's so many things that you can do at home while you're between laundry sets. How's that? When you're cleaning up your sheets and taking care of people. And if it's you that's ill, maybe you put something else nourishing in that time. When I was going through nursing school in 95, we learned a little bit of theory about nursing. And my favorite theory still to this day is an old one. It's Dorothea Oram, and it's her theory of self-care. This was written back in the days where grandma would have a bunion and be in the hospital for 2 weeks. And all the family would come in and they'd be feeding her and brushing grandma's hair. She got a bunion, dude. So this theory of self-care said, hey, we're actually making people sick by not letting them do what they can do while they are sick. So the theory there is, if you're out with the flu for 5 days, okay, probably you're going to need to lay down and just do nothing for a few of those days. But then you might just want to sit up a little bit more. Open up your lungs, get some good deep breaths in. And then on the 4th day, maybe when you're not feverish or feel a little bit better, you might want to just go outside, walk to the mailbox and back. So pushing those limits, asking your body, can you work a little bit, and resting while you're sick is not always a bad idea. And remember, work and exercise while you're sick might look like just sitting up and taking a few deep breaths. It might look like I'm going to try to walk out to the mailbox and back today. Or I'm going to try to cook a meal for myself today instead of just living on the saltines, which you need to do sometimes. So remember, intentionality is key. when you're injured or dealing with illness. Look for ways to keep that habit, even if it's just a semblance of the habit, even if it's just calling that workout buddy and saying, hey, what was the workout today and how did you do? You know, even if it's a plank before you go in the hospital to see your mom, there's always something you can do to maintain your habit, and you're going to thank me later for maintaining that habit. And don't forget to give yourself some grace. Habits fall away sometimes, and we just have to pick them back up. Like and subscribe this podcast. Share it with a friend. I hope this benefited for you. I hope this benefited you today and maybe makes your life a little bit easier. Thanks for listening in. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Healthy AF podcast. I hope that it has helped you create a new possibility for your health and sets you into action to go get it. If you want more information or if you want to connect with me, visit my website at myhealthylife.coach. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that each new Healthy AF episode will be sent directly to you. Let's take you from where you are to where you want to go.